Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature features and all creatures and all creatures, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. With me is the dedicated butler and major domo of the stately Poulter Mansion, Mr. Livingston. And over on this side is a lovely young woman who often ruins his day, the shy and quite coy Miss Tangela.
Ruin would be an understatement.
And do we have a most fantastical program in store for you? For on this very evening, we shall be joined by the wonderfully talented horror and comic author, Francesca Maria. This gifted scribe has penned a good number of books, stories, and articles about our favorite genre, including the Black Cat Chronicles. She'll tell us about how she found her way into the industry, show us some of her works, and chime in about tonight's film, which is The Spiral Staircase from 1946. Starring Dorothy McGuire, George Brent, and Ethel Barrymore, this is a fascinating psychological horror film about a young woman who commences work at a New England mansion only to soon be terrorized by a homicidal maniac lurking in the shadows. This is a wonderful film that I think both you and all of the young children in your household will adore. Now, Tangela, I wouldn't think that Miss Maria could be the least bit interested in reading the manuscript for your ludicrous horror film.
You do know that she'll go off and damage something in the household.
Nonsense! I'll have you know that I've spent quite a bit of time refining that young woman's manners. She'll behave. In any case, don't go away, for it is to be another night of maniacal fright right here on Creature Features!
Told you so.
Stay tuned. Foolish mortal? You don't look foolish in the least bit.
Oh, why, thank you.
Yeah. Well, you do look mortal, though.
I am that.
Right. Unless you grow like fangs later in the program. That'd be nice. Welcome to Creature Features. It's going to be a fun night because we've got a wonderful movie, a wonderful guest. Yeah, we're like a little sparse on guests these days. Typically, we'll get like a local cheese monger or, some bloke who makes things out of broken glass, things like that. But to have an actual, you're an author.
That's right.
Writer.
Yes.
You dabble in comics, or is this a full-time thing?
I dabble. I'd love to make it a full-time thing, but right now I'm dabbling.
Right. So she's a comic dabbler, which is more than I can say. I'm a comic reader, but no, I've never dabbled in it. I should dabble in it.
Dabbling's fun.
It is. And you did something called the Black Cat?
Black Cat Chronicles.
Black Cat Chronicles.
True tales of terror narrated by a mystical black cat.
Tales spelt Tales, I hope?
That's correct.
That's right. It's mandatory. No, I love cats. No, cats are wonderful. And Tangela, you'll see her running around here. She's always collecting dogs.
Oh, she's a dog person.
Well, I wouldn't say she's a dog person. I wouldn't say, frankly, she's a person at all. But she seems to gravitate towards the more canine aspect. I saw her just the other day feeding a coyote.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't have those in Great Britain. We have foxes and wolves. No coyote. We skip that whole part of the evolutionary cycle. And it's a wonderful little beast because it's a cross between a fox and a wolf. It's like midpoint. Anyways, welcome to Vincent's Wild Kingdom. But tonight we're going to watch The Spiral Staircase. Now, I have not seen this film, but you have.
I have indeed.
So I am going to count on Francesca to be the expert on this film because I know absolutely nothing about it other than it was made in 1946, which was a good year for films, I presume. Maybe. No, who knows? So we say we get started.
Sounds great.
Let's do it. Off we go to The Spiral Staircase. We'll see you at the next break. Friends, don't forget we've got a second YouTube channel. It's at cfextras.com. You'll find all the extra stuff we create there, so don't miss out. Subscribe today.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
So, this character does not speak. I know a girl quite like that. It's a pain in the rear side, if you ask me. Speaking of rear side, I wanted to ask you about this coat.
Oh, sure.
Show us the back.
Of course.
They're missing out the full aspect. Look at this. This is Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion, Disney, but it's done punk style.
That's right.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that great?
It's so nice.
And my dress is actually the wallpaper in the Haunted Mansion.
No.
Yes, it is.
It is. Mm-hmm. And the earrings, what are they?
They're just black cats because I love black cats.
Black cats are wonderful.
They're wonderful.
So this coat, is this something that one can buy, or is this something you assembled yourself?
It's something that was a limited time only at the Disneyland parks, but you can't get it any longer.
It's an actual Disney product.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I didn't think they were so hip.
Me neither.
That's incredible. Speaking of hip,
Yes.
I Googled you this morning, and I came across a Francesca Maria that does Zumba.
Oh.
She's at the top of you need to fix this. She's at the top of the Google search, but she's a comely woman, nice singing voice. Mm-hmm. But apparently her music is used in many Zumba classes. Zumba, if you don't know, is this hideous form of exercise, is it not?
Mm-hmm. It is indeed. It's a torture device.
It's a torture device, but it's a bit too enthusiastic for me. It's a lot of bouncing and jumping and
too much sweating.
High fives and sweat. And sweat. There's sweat, which is a common denominator in dancing classes. However, this is not that Francesca Maria. So if you Google her, you probably look at the wrong one. Look up, you search Francesca Maria Black Cat Chronicles, and we'll get the right one.
That's right.
We're going to take a peek at those when we come back. But first we're going to get back to this film, because it's getting better, I think, right?
Much so.
It should. Yes. All right, off we go to the Spiral Staircase. We shall see you after letters and after the next break. See you soon. Welcome back to the show. Miss Francesca stepped out to find a monster. We have a monster right here.
Indeed.
No, she's the biggest monster. You can find monsters around here, but this one, she looks like the flying spaghetti monster, does she not? In any case, we'll take this opportunity to read some letters from you because they go through so much trouble to send us things. Like, how much did they pay for postage on that big box?
$13.
13 bloody American dollars just to send us a box of something wonderful, I have no doubt. But, yeah, it's so expensive to ship things, so we have to read these post-haste, right? Get it?
Indeed.
Post-haste.
Post-haste.
All right, what do you got for me, Mr. Livingston?
Great Bend, Kansas.
Great Bend, Kansas.
Yes.
Well, here, let me take this. I shall take the letter, and I will give the remainder to our own little... Oh, this is from the Sue Cups.
Yes.
The Sue Cups, if you don't know, your regular viewers will know that they write to us regularly and always send nice gifts. All right, this is a batogram. See? And it says, Fridays are frightful again. Creature Feature Fridays returns. New intro was great. I don't know if you've seen the new intro for our Friday show, but she's yammering on that one.
Yammering is a good expression.
It is. Your premiere film was grotesque, gooey goodness. That was The Incredible Melting Man. He was out of the pub. He missed that one. Friday will never be the same. Alan Sukup. Well, thank you so much, Alan. Send our regards to your lovely missus. And what did he send you? A bat? Is it a puppet? Which is a decorative thing.
Down.
No, it's a decorative thing. It's something you hang up in time for Halloween, which is coming up soon. We've got to do something special for Halloween, do we not?
Indeed.
Right, she's going to carve her pumpkins again. I told her no this year. No pumpkins this year. And she almost cried because she likes to carve the pumpkins. You know, every year when you see the pumpkins out here, she did them all. All right, what's next, Mr. Livingston? Some notes, perhaps?
An email with a picture.
A photograph enclosed?
Interesting.
Nothing pornographic, I take it?
Oh, it's the three of us.
Oh, it's a shrine. I like it. All right, this is from Catherine Landy. Where's she from? In Erie, Pennsylvania. She goes, I have some suggestions. How about updating your photographs? The photographs you have now are so old that Livingston is without a beard. You know, that comes on and off sometimes. Update your pictures and put them on T-shirts, hoodies, and add them to your autographed pictures. But keep the old ones also for their classic. So the whole photo thing, we do a lot of photos of her because she's more fashionable. But him and I don't know. Maybe him. But I am not of one who likes to sit in front of a camera and make faces.
No.
Right? Just an idea. Thank you for having the time to read this. Thank you. All of my love. Always, Catherine Landy. Well, thank you, Catherine. And look at the shrine that she has made for our show. It's so nice.
Oh dear.
Well, she's got spooky stuff. She's got one of those things, the shackles.
Shackles.
Right, medieval shackles. Thanks for writing, Catherine. Next up, Mr. Ooh.
Warren,
I know
Rhode
what this
Island.
is.
Warren,
Yeah.
Rhode Island.
I took a peek at this one. This is a nice one. You will enjoy this, but let me grab the letter, and we'll allow Miss Tangella to present the contents. This is from Richard Kaiser. I think we've heard from Richard before, have we not? Right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he's in Warren, Rhode Island, by the way. He goes, Hi, Tangella, Vincent, Livingston, and gang. This is my third painting I've done of Tangella. This one is the day she was trying all those cool and wild headpieces. Very nice. You know, he captured your expression. She makes that face continuously, does she not?
It's the eyes.
It was so unusual, I had to paint it. Still loving the show, and especially the black and white and classic movies. We've been doing a lot of those, and we're doing one tonight. Right? Spiral Staircase. Your guests have been great also. I especially look forward to the Grim Life Collective. You know, they've been globetrotting all over the world, and they don't even reply to my emails, you know. So if you have contact with them, tell them to write to us and come see us. When they're in the San Francisco Bay Area, they always make an appearance on the show. So there's that. But, you know, if they're in Scotland,
That's difficult.
they're not going to come all the way back here to appear on our silly little show. My next painting will be one of Vincent, although Tangella is much more pleasing subject. Agreed, sir. Keep up the great show, Richard Kaiser. Well, we hope things are very well in Warren, Rhode Island, Richard, and keep painting. You have a talent, unlike Miss Tangella, who just breaks things.
And that's it.
That's it for letters. If you'd like to write us a letter of your own, visit Hello Creature Features. It's a website that tells you how to send us a painting that you created, or an email and a photo along with it. Or if you'd like to send us a big giant bag of peanuts, I use them to feed the crows out front. So you can send us peanuts too, right?
If they must.
No, peanuts. Oh, do you want to go to the store and buy them for me?
Who goes anyway?
That's right. All right, we'll be right back with Francesca, but first let's get back to the spiral staircase. See you soon. Hello friends, Tangela and I would like to take a moment to compel you to join Creature Features TV. It is our new streaming service that offers you early access to Creature Features from your computer or your favorite set-top device. You can see the full archive of Creature Feature episodes, movies we've yet to present on the show, a library of items from the original program, plus many other items you won't find anywhere else. Your small yet generous subscription fee not only supports the operation of the service, but actually helps finance the creation of our show. It's a very inexpensive way to ensure that we'll be able to continue producing Creature Features for years to come. Not to mention it'll keep Tangela out of making mischief and wreaking havoc in the village as well. So please visit creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. And thank you so much for your support. You do cause trouble. Francesca Maria, who does your hair?
Me.
You do a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you.
Could you make mine look like that?
I could try.
No, it's a nice. It looks like you're ready for action. It's
Always.
like an action superhero hairstyle, whereas I have this silly bouffant that I should just get rid of. Okay, so welcome back to the show. We are with the wonderful Francesca Maria, who is a author, writer, person extraordinaire. What else? Do you do any type of ninja fighting as well?
Actually, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo.
You are a black belt in Taekwondo,
Yes,
so
sir.
no insults will be delivered by me to her tonight, because she'll kick my booty. But this film, our director just told me that Alfred Hitchcock pinched the plot for this film for an episode of his program sometime back.
You can tell that there's some influences there because some of the shadow work towards the end, there's a lot of Hitchcock-esque kind of moments in this film.
So you're saying they pinched Hitchcock?
No,
No,
Hitchcock
he-
pinched them.
Because, he's been directing films since like the 40s, right? Is it possible that the two directors, maybe? No? All right. Hitchcock did, he did a lot of, what do they call it? Film noir? Mm-hmm. Right, so who knows? But this story he pinched. It's this 1946, and his show was like in the early 60s, right? Late 50s, maybe?
Crazy.
Anyways, enough about them. What is this in my hands? Black Cat Chronicles, this is yours.
It is indeed, yeah.
Now,
So-
you are not a cartoonist. You did not do the art.
No, I did the concept and I also did the writing and the story research. So that is
Which is the most difficult part,
That's
from what
right.
I'm told.
That's right. So that
Whereas
is,
sometimes we have the illustrators here and they tell us the opposite. Oh my goodness, this is incredible.
it is True Tales of Terror. That one in your hand is about a true tale that takes place in the Greyfriars Cemetery in Scotland.
When you say a true tale, meaning this actually is a
It's-
true story.
True, 100% true story.
My goodness.
With not one, but two exorcisms conducted in the cemetery.
Two exorcisms.
Both failed.
Well, of course they failed. Look at what they're contending with here. Of course it would fail. This is wonderful. So
There's-
the illustrator is whom?
Nate Olson,
He did a wonderful job on this.
he did indeed. Yeah.
Yeah, and the writing, So, as a comic book writer, are you the one that is compelled to write in the tiny print in the box?
No, fortunately, that's not my job. We have a letterer that does that. So I just write the script. And
So
then
you
he
have the
transcribes it.
writer,
That's right.
You have the illustrator and you have a letterer.
Correct.
This, I never imagined there'd be so much that would go into something like this, but there must be, right? And next is, I love the shot. This is like one of those tourist Instagram shots,
That's right.
except instead it has a cat. And this looks like Switzerland.
That's actually Alaska. So that
Alaska.
story is about a town that goes
right here.
missing in Alaska.
Port Chatham, is that an actual place?
It actually is an actual place.
Wonderful.
That's
All
right.
right, so there's that, and you've done a few of these, right?
We've done 4. That's right.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we have this, They Hide. And this is an anthology, I think you said?
It's
Yes?
a collection of short stories. They hide short stories to tell in the dark. 13 tales of terror, all signifying around a different monster. So it's my love letter to monsters.
Very nice. And I notice this one portion here is in a script format.
That's right. Yeah. So
Was
there's
this meant to be a short film or something?
no, but I do experiment with different kinds of formats in writing. So there's a epistolary, which is letter format.
Right.
There's some first-person tales, third-person tales, all in different locations, different time
looks like-
periods.
This is something you'd read on a rainy night,
That's right.
on a dark and stormy night. All right, well, what do you say we get back to this film? When we come back, we're going to talk about some more of your work.
Sounds great.
All right, off we go to the spiral staircase. Don't get scared because the tales in this book are spookier. See you soon.
Hi, this is Scott from Citrus Heights, California. You guys have a really good show. I remember watching Creature Features when I was a kid from the Bay Area back in the 1970s. Have a great day.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to that crazy show you decide. I don't know why people watch our program. I think it's because we have wonderful guests and we have good movies sometimes. This one, I don't, would you say this is a good movie?
I would. Yeah, it's a great movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. I don't know. I've got all the cones in my eyes to see color. And whenever I see a black and white monochrome film, I feel I'm being a bit ripped off. No, obviously they went through so much trouble to decorate the set. And they put makeup on everyone. It was all color. They're not doing monochrome makeup or monochrome paint. Monochrome film. It's sad. I like the whole thing where they colorize films. I think it's wonderful that they do that. In any case, you were telling me you live in Monterey.
That's right.
That's a wonderful place. If you don't know where Monterey is, it's just north of Carmel, right?
That's right.
Carmel by the sea, not Carmel by the volcano, Carmel by the sea. And that's where Clint Eastwood used to be mayor.
That's
right?
correct. He still lives there.
And he still lives there. He's an old dude now.
It's getting up there.
Yeah, he's up there. It's just, but he's still doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so Monterey, you like fish.
I do like fish. I like fishing as well.
One should like fish if they live in Monterey because
Correct.
I notice in some portions of downtown there's a continuous aroma, or is it an odor? I don't know. Is it an odor or aroma of fish?
Yes. Potato. Yes.
Potato, right. So I take it you're probably somewhat tired of going to the aquarium.
Never.
Never?
No,
All
I
right.
love it.
Did they change the exhibits enough to...
No, but the animals are always changing, so it's always dynamic when you go.
Right. I've not been in years. I have to go.
should
So
go.
you also mentioned that you lived in a haunted house.
I did.
Tell me the story.
So I grew up in a little town called Pinole, which
Right.
is just a few hours south of here.
Yes.
And from the ages of 0 to 14, I was plagued by a horrible, horrible presence and entity in this house.
No.
I'm the youngest of 5, and we all had different things happen to us in the house. My older sisters lived in a bedroom that bordered the attic that was unfinished, and they would constantly hear scratching and footsteps on a floor that didn't exist. The door separating their room to the attic would also fly open in the middle of the night.
Good Lord.
My closet doors would open and close, and there'd be scratching from the insides.
So tell me about the structure itself. Old house, newer house?
It was
What
a
is it?
brand new house. No one had lived in it before us. It was 2-story, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Typical suburban home.
Built on haunted lands, no doubt.
Apparently, or maybe just we were haunted. We brought something into the house ourselves.
That's possible. Or maybe one of the construction workers was sealed up behind the sheetrock,
Could be.
and he didn't have the muscular strength to punch through the sheetrock, and he is now entombed. It's a possibility. This place is haunted.
I don't doubt
and
it.
I pity what you've been through, but I can tell you stories that would make you cringe.
Oh, I love it.
No, it's terrible. And this one, she pops out of the picture every now and then.
Oh.
No, she doesn't anymore. But at one point in time, we'd be awoken in the middle of the night with her playing the piano, poorly, I would add.
Terrifying.
So, yes, it's screaming all the time. In one room, blood comes down the wall for no reason.
No kidding.
Yes, next room. Next day, it's all clean.
Oh, well, that's
No,
nice
we
to-
suspect it's Livingston cleaning it. And I suspect it could possibly be Tangela tomato juice pouring. I don't know. All right, what do you say we get back to this film? And when we come back, we have to give the website. You have a website, right?
I do,
Of course you do.
yes.
All right, we'll give that when we return. But back to the spiral staircase. See you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
That's very kind of you, Tangela, and you promise there's no poison in it this time. Right, interesting. Good.
Excuse me, ladies. Have either of you seen my box of cakes that my mother sent me?
No.
Welcome back to Creature Feature. You know, we should call this Creature Feature Saturday now because we have a Creature Feature Friday show. So, welcome back to Creature Feature Saturday. And that's too much to say. Welcome back to Creature Features. We are watching The Spiral Staircase if you are just now joining us. And if you are just now joining us, they are extremely late, tardy to an unforgivable degree. However, we will forgive you this time because we are joined by the wonderful Francesca Maria. Are you Italian with a name like Maria?
I'm not. I know it sounds Italian, but I'm not Italian.
Yeah, it does sound Italian. But, you know, I think in every Latin-based country, everyone has a Maria in their family, right?
100%.
It's like marrying, right? So this film was one of the highest-grossing films, according to our director, that RKO ever produced, or at least at that time it did. So there's that. So it is a good movie.
Yeah.
Besides your endorsement and what our viewers are probably saying, it was well received. Fun stuff. Anyways, we'll get back to the end of that soon, but let's talk about you and how you got into this.
Sure, yes. I started writing horror at the age of 6 to kind of process going through the haunted house I was living in. Yeah. As soon as I could learn to read and write, I wrote my first haunted house story about a group of kids who stumbled onto a haunted house at the end of a cul-de-sac. And it was all about how did they get through it and survive. So I kind of used that as a way to take my power back in a time where I felt very powerless.
I would think you'd do the opposite. You would write a story about butterflies in a meadow and not talk about spooky houses. But I suppose it was self-therapeutic.
Very much so, yeah. It was
Right.
cathartic. Yeah.
Right. How wonderful. So your teachers probably thought you were a bit mad.
100%.
Right. That's
Yes.
good. If they only they could see you now.
That's right.
Right. Published author. See, living in a haunted house is not always a bad thing, right?
That's right. That's right. I turned out okay.
There are benefits. And, you know, if you can utilize the ectoplasma, you could apparently power light bulbs as well and charge your electric vehicle.
That would be amazing.
Ghost power. No, watch. There's a film, there's a documentary on this called Ghostbusters.
A documentary, is it?
Yes, and they teach you how to contain the power. Right now, they're talking about windmills and things like that. You know, you find enough haunted houses, we'll have all the power we'll need, right?
Love it.
Right. So, besides writing these two, what else have you written?
I have written a lot of short stories and essays in different anthologies.
Any magazine work, like perhaps?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit of essays and like tributes to Anne Rice when she passed as well.
Oh, that was quite a loss with her.
Yeah, it was.
The vampire. What's her vampire? Interview with the Vampire.
The Vampire Chronicles, The Witches of Mayfair. Yep.
Right. No, she changed the whole vampire thing for the better, I believe.
She did.
No, and that film, it's one of my favorite films.
Yeah.
I even learned how to play that part. That is it, Lestat, the piano thing that he plays.
Yeah.
That is a complicated song. You know, it's an actual classical tune. I cannot recall the name at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's this odd thing where you play with your arms crossed, and you have to. And if you watch, it looks like he's playing. I don't think he is, but if you watch him in the film, he's doing the arm changes correctly.
Wow.
But that's where you have to play it on the piano. Anyways, enough about music. We're watching horror tonight. No music. All right. Well, what do you say we end this film? And then when we come back, we're going to find out what you are doing next.
Sounds great.
All right, off we go to the end of the Spiral Staircase. Do not go away when you see the credits for the film roll, because we'll be here waiting for you. Tangela will be sitting here waiting for you, and she'll be sad, and I'll be mad. No, I think it'll be the other way around, but don't dare. We'll see you soon. So that ends the Spiral Staircase. What do you think, love? She spoke 9 words. I mean, it's more than you ever speak in an episode of our program. She'll talk your ear off as soon as the cameras stop, but before then, she's like, she thinks her voice is too good to be recorded. Or no, she believes that if somebody records her voice, she'll lose it. No, it's just an excuse for her not to do as much work as the rest of us. That's all it is. Anyways, a wonderful movie. We'll show it again one day, someday, who knows when. But what are you doing next, love?
Well, I am going to be appearing in a couple of book signings and events in October for spooky season.
Spooky season.
All around black cats. But I actually have something really special to give to Tangela, if I may.
This a black cat.
Creepy, weird black cat just
that
for
is
you.
Wonderful. Look, he's got a little thing. It's like a Halloween light, right?
That's right.
That's wonderful. She's been getting gifts all day. She got a gift in the mail today, right? Yes, and somebody made a painting of her. Now you get a cat. Good Lord. You know, it's okay if you send us gifts sometimes, readers, viewers. But no, not our guests. When our guests bring me gifts, I feel terrible. Because no, I feel like they felt obliged to bring me a gift, and now they are not. So you're doing appearances, and you talk about the writing. Any new books or comics coming out?
I do, yeah. So I am writing and co-publishing a Black Cat Tales anthology. So it's a bunch of stories and poems all around black cats
Wonderful.
from artists and authors all over the world.
Oh, great.
And so that's coming out next year.
How brilliant.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. So we can find out more by going where?
FrancescaMaria.com.
Oh, that's simple. FrancescaMaria.com. Don't go to the Zumba woman.
That's not me.
No Zumba woman. You're not a singer.
No.
You're not a Zumba dancer.
No.
So if you type that wrong and you end up at a Zumba site, you've made a wrong turn someplace. No. All right. Well, Francesca, thank you so much for gracing our guest chair tonight and coming our way. Next time you're in the area, come visit us.
I would love to. Thank you so much for having me.
It was our pleasure. And as far as you guys go, thank you so much for staying up late and watching our silly program. We know you could have been watching The Love Boat or something more intelligent, but instead you stayed here and watched a nice movie with a silly host and a wonderful guest. And we love you for that reason, and we shall see you next week. So, Francesca, I was thinking, perhaps you should take on writing a book about haunted houses. And if you did so, you could start as this one on the top of the list.
This place? Amateur hour.